So what I mean by being perfect, and likely you can relate to this, would be like if I wanted to talk to somebody, or like if I left the house, for example, if I don't think that like I looked that good, I'm going to start getting in my head. And then that's going to make me not want to talk to people. Or if I see like a girl that I want to go up and talk to, I got to make sure that I have something that I'm going to say to her that I think she's going to like. Or if it's somebody that I don't know, well, I got to make sure that I say something to them that they might be able to relate to, or that they're going to like, even though I have no idea who this person is. So I say those three examples, whether you can relate to those or not, because what I'm essentially doing, guys, is I'm overthinking. I'm letting the anxiety about what's going to happen in the future stop me from going and doing something I want to do, saying something to this person that I want to talk to, or whatever it is. Like when you think of the future, or when anxiety is created when you think of the future. I think that's what it was. And I guess what I want to do for the rest of this video is maybe show you guys or talk about how that affected my life in the past, how this anxiety, how this overthinking of having to be like fully prepared has stopped me from being able to, maybe, grow my business or talk to more people, get into more relationships, because I gotta talk to girls, compared to like what I do now, and how this has tremendously opened up my soul. Dude, night and day fucking difference. The man that I am now, the amount of people and opportunities that come into my life because of just me now, is what I want to talk about. Hopefully I can, help you in some way in this video. So I'm going to try to get as personal as I can. So I have always been, I don't really know why, but I've always been an overthinker. I don't know if all people are like this or not. But I get in my head all of the fucking time, and I start to ruminate on things. And I want you to notice that when you ruminate on stuff, that when you think of the past, or depressions form when you think of the past. So when you ruminate on like the past, that's why you get depressed. Now, mind you, I'm not depressed, but I do, like, if there are situations that happen, I might, at this point in time, I might think about it for a little bit and then I'm done. But in the past, guys, I used to overthink so many different scenarios, so many different what ifs, or like, ah, man, I would have went and talked to that girl if I had on like a better outfit, if my hair looked a little better, if I liked the way I look, if I had, maybe I saw her at the wrong time and that was just a bad time to approach her, or hey, that guy looks really rich and I want to get to know him so I can grow my business, or he seems cool as fuck, but man, I don't know if he would talk to somebody like me that doesn't have a whole lot of money. That's what I mean, is like I used to get in my head like that all the time. And when I look back, man, there were times where I remember like and I'm very extroverted, so this one's kind of like hard for me to admit, but there were times where my friends would like invite me to go and do things. And now if you see me not looking at the camera, it's because like I'm trying to imagine the things in the past. Okay, so like my friends would they would like invite me to do stuff, and I remember there were times where like I just wasn't like in a good mood, and I was like, nah, I just really don't want to, man, I'm sorry. And I would literally like cancel all my friends. And that's so funny, because looking back now as a 30-year-old man, I'm like, dude, I don't fucking hang out with anybody. I'm like, I had to teach myself how to go out and be okay being by myself. So man, I got a dog that I take with me, but that, regardless of the, that's actually besides the point. When you get older, you notice your friend group's going to go down. Anyways, going back to that, I noticed my friends would invite me to do stuff, and like I just wouldn't want to do it. Or if I did something, I wouldn't invite my friends, so I would never like nurtured my relationships with my friends. And that's probably why I am in the spot that I am today, just because like if you want to maintain a relationship with anybody, you gotta keep in contact with them, you gotta invite them to do stuff. I would do that with my girlfriends, but not really my friends. And I would have people that would invite me to do stuff, but I would just always, I don't know, maybe that's something I've always lacked. I don't lack that now. I'm very picky in who I hang out with now, just because I understand how inviting certain people into your life can affect who you become. So because I work for myself and I value getting, as successful as possible, I have like 2 people two or three people that I communicate with on a regular basis. Whereas in the past, I had like two different groups of people that I could hang out with if I wanted to. That's what I'm saying. Is that's why the older you get, it's going to go down, especially because, you know, these people too, they're married and they have like, Jess has a husband, Nick's got a wife, Madison, I know both them. I haven't met Jessica's husband yet, but that's what I'm saying is they've got families and other stuff going on too. But I remember like I would leave the house some days, and if like, dude, there were times, you know how like girls, if you're a girl watching this, you know how you put an outfit on and you might you could wear it a week ago and think you look super hot, but you put it on today and you're like, fuck, I look so fat or ugly in this, and then you're gonna wear 10 different outfits and you're never really satisfied with one of the outfits that you put on. That's why you'll have girls say like, hey, does this jeans make me look fatter? Because they're looking for validation. Dude, I would put outfits on, and if it wasn't like a shirt that I really like, so I wear all black now from the same company, Dark Sport, because I like 95% of the shit that this dude creates. So I just buy the stuff that I like. And I used to wear Hugo Boss before this, and I liked Hugo Boss because it was very rich and preppy. But you know, because I'm in a wheelchair, I naturally have like a big dad body because of how paralyzed I am. I am very, very self-conscious about my stomach because I don't have abs anymore, bro. I don't. They don't work. And the way I sit in this chair, I have to like lean back a little bit because of that. I'm gonna trigger my spasms here in a second, so I might spaz out on the video. That's not good. But that's what I mean. So like even today, I'm more confident than ever. But like I put a backpack in front of me instead of behind me, also because it's harder to push when you're wearing a backpack. When it's in front of me, it's easier. So that's what I mean, guys. Like, to go back to that, dude, I would think that like if there was always something wrong, if I could always find a way to like complain about something, I would like get in my head and I would overthink that, and that would stop. Like I said, if I wanted to go to the gym and I saw a cute girl because this channel is about, you know, developing social skills, so I'm gonna keep it social skill related, you know. But if I saw somebody that I wanted to go and talk to, and I just didn't think I looked the best or the most presentable, or if I just didn't know what to say, I wouldn't go and do it. I would just get in my head. Or let's look at the past when I was when I made all my money as an advertiser before I switched over to coaching. So I was very good at doing that. But when I first started doing that, I remember like there were times where I was like, this person's got a ton of money. I know they're rich. I know I can help them make more money. I'm like, but I couldn't figure out how to like pitch them to where I could show them how to make money. And I can look back now, and the clients that I started working with, I did the same thing. I pitched the exact same way with those clients as I would with these guys right here. The only difference is maybe one of the clients in the past wasn't running ads at the time, or they weren't running a lot. And this time around, I could see that this guy was clearly with, they had an advertiser because of the amount of ads, but the way their ads were ran, I'm like, dude, you could be doing so much better right now. But I would get in my head and I'm like, I don't think I should pitch this person. I should go for somebody else. So I'm literally, you're never going to know if that person is like happy with their current advertiser or not. I've got guys in my community right now that are like, dude, this person was talking to me and they're like, I am not happy with the way my ads are ran right now. And these guys ended up getting that deal. But that's what I mean. It's like, I have to film the perfect video. I've got to say the certain specific thing to this girl. I've got to look a certain way in order for me to feel good for the day. Or I'm in a weird mood. I don't want to talk to anybody. I would just get in my fucking head all of the time. So what did I start doing? You know, I personally think this comes from experience of just getting older. And I say that because one of my life coaches, who's about 20 years older than I am, that I've been following for a very long time, taught me. He was like, you're gonna notice and I've actually asked a lot of older people this, and they've all said the exact same thing. So there's a pattern here, and patterns repeat, and that's important, because if patterns repeat, that means that the outcome's always going to be the same. So I've noticed these older people were like, the older you get, the less fucks you just kind of give. And I'm like, oh my God, when I was in high school, I was like, I cared what everybody thought about me. When I was in my younger 20s, I still cared. I am 30 years old right now in a wheelchair. I'm extremely paralyzed, and I've met more friends. I have more acquaintances. I've been with more girls than I ever have in my life. Why? Because I just stopped giving a fuck if people liked me or not. Now, if it's like, if I'm talking to a girl that I was like, oh, I really want to go somewhere. Like at the time of filming this video, I sent a girl a message on Facebook because I haven't left my house today because I don't go to the gym today, and I might hear from her, I might not. I sent one to a girl yesterday and I got ignored. So that I'm like, God damn it. But like when I'm out in public somewhere, you would think a guy in a wheelchair that would stop. Like when I look at all these other people in the wheelchairs, they're like, dude, they're like, I hate life, poor me, boo-hoo, wah, this is miserable. I'm like, bro, yeah, man. Yeah, but it could be worse. It could be worse. You know, not to gloat, but I'm going to, but like I'm 30. I live in a 4-bedroom house by myself. I've got a long-haired European German Shepherd from Serbia. He's a show dog. I've got a brand new Mercedes. Bro, things could be fucking worse. And if I cared about what people thought about me being in a wheelchair, I likely would not be in the position that I'm at, guys. So this is why I'm telling you, if you're younger watching this, in order to really internalize what I'm saying, you're gonna have to get the experience from doing what it is I'm gonna tell you at this part of the video. When you want to do something, okay? When you want to do something, when you start overthinking, you're gonna stop yourself from doing it. You're gonna tell your brain from a scientific perspective, your brain's designed to keep you safe. So when you think stranger danger, fight or flight, that anxiety is gonna cause you to run away. That's your brain trying to keep you safe. We don't know that person. That's not safe. But I can tell you right now from experience, bro, or girl, talking to strangers is fucking awesome. It's so fun. Dude, people, for the most part, they're really glad that you came up and talked to them, because I was taught stranger danger growing up. So of course I'm not going to want to talk to strangers. So instead of getting in my head, I've noticed as I've gotten older, especially when I'm in a really good mood, whatever comes out of my mouth just comes out. My mom's been that way. My mom's always spoken before she's thought. I think I would actually argue because of women and their emotions, most of y'all are like that. So I grew up just whatever comes out. Listen, and if I'm in a really good mood, I don't give a fuck if you like what I say or not. Because if you don't like what I had to say to you, like if I complimented you and you don't like what I said and you took offense to that, guess what? You're not welcome in my life. The universe is literally in real time saying this is not somebody that you want to talk to. Now, just to be transparent, I've said stuff to girls, not like sexual, like, because it's all how you word it, gentlemen. It's all how you word things. And I guess I've had complaints. It had to happen 3 times. And these girls that I'm pretty sure I know the third one, but the girls that I said stuff to, I thought, this is a girl I've known for a while. I thought we were cool. But apparently I said something to her that she didn't like. And instead of telling me, she went and tattled. And I'm only telling you this, guys. And I'm only telling you this not for you guys to tell me to watch my mouth, because I'm not going to. But I've spoken to hundreds of girls at this point, and there's always going to be women that just don't like you. Always. There's always going to be people in general that just don't fucking like you. And that's exactly where my mind started changing. When I started understanding it doesn't matter how you look, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what time of day, where you're at, it doesn't matter. There is never a perfect time to say something or to do something. Never. You just gotta fucking do it. And you're gonna notice when you do it, again, regardless. Now, look, I will say this. If you're a guy, I will say women don't struggle with this, but men, I've seen men that absolutely do not know how to dress. They look like shit. Right now, I've got black and white Jordan, high top Jordans on. I've got black shorts and a black shirt on. So I match. My tattoos are black and I just match. My wheelchair is silver, black, and red. I match. So I look good. But I've seen guys that don't know how to match. And I think you should fix that. But even then, if you're at the gym, for example, and you're wearing a red shirt with like blue shorts and white shoes or black shoes, and you've got 3 different colors on, instead of, I would argue you should want 2, then, I mean, you could still go and talk to somebody, and you're going to notice that, where I was going with that is the way you dress, the way you look can determine if someone's going to, like, treat you better or not. But regardless, even if you look like a fucking bum, you could go up and talk to a guy or a girl, and they could think you're the cutest thing in the world. They could be so glad that you came and approached them. So glad. I've got some girls at the gym right now that, like one girl I'm thinking of right now, that she's married, and this is such a phenomenal girl, dude, but she's extremely shy. She just does not talk at all. Does not. She keeps to herself. I only know one other person that, and he's just as extroverted as I am, that I saw talking to her the other day. The only other person. She's really fucking gorgeous. I mean, hot. You would never know she's a mom, but she keeps to herself. And she even told me that she's extremely shy. And now this girl comes up and just waves and says hi to me when she sees me, because I've made her comfortable. And if I didn't just go up and say something to her, I'm pretty sure I complimented. I said, hey, I know you have a ring on. I just, don't think I'm hitting on you. I just want to give you a compliment. And then I said that, and then I saw her again. I went up and said something to her again. That's what I'm saying, guys. Is like, if a guy or girl watching this, if I sat there and tried to think of oh, she's married, that means I can't talk to her. I can't give her a compliment because she's married. Now, if you're going to, giving a married woman a compliment's fine, but you do not cross that boundary because she's married. So just keep it at a compliment, and that's it. Okay? But if I didn't go and talk to her, there's 2 other married girls I'm thinking about right now that I did the same thing. I went and complimented them, and now every time we see them, we just talk. Fucking Stacy's husband's birthday is today. So I saw it on Facebook. I'm going to go and ask her about that, what they did next time I see her at the gym. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, if you're somebody right now that's going to let if you're worried about what you say, what you look like, is it the right time? You're letting your anxiety get to you. You're never going to have the life that you want, guys. You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to be... I'm on testosterone right now, and I just ordered stuff. And even then, I'm like, I know I'm big as fuck right now, but when I look in the mirror, I'm like, I don't think I'm big enough. Because the gym has this way of creating body dysmorphia. It's annoying, but you're never going to get the physique you want. You're never going to be as good looking as you want, no matter how much you look max, because that's trending. You're never going to be I'm super extroverted, but even I'm not happy 24/7. I'm 24/6, but not 24/7. You're never going to be perfect is what I'm saying. So if you let that anxiety stop you from doing what you want, and look, it's hard. It's hard to, if you start overthinking, you're not going to be able to do it. So that's what I'm saying is, I don't really have any advice for the rest of this video other than if you find yourself wanting to do something, say something, talk to somebody, I just started learning fuck it, and I go and do it. And my life has been 10 times better because of that. So I guess just use this video as a little bit of motivation, just from my personal experience of being introverted, to oh, you know what? I want to talk to people. I don't care what I say. Let's just see what happens. And it's 1 out of 10 people might ignore you. 1 out of 100 people might not maybe 3 out of 100 people or more might not like what you say to them. That's not going to affect you. I would actually argue, because you're increasing the output of trying to get things you want in your life, you're more than likely to get what you want in life. And these people that don't like you, that don't like what you said, that complain or whatever, fuck them. They're irrelevant. I can't talk. They're irrelevant. They're not meant to be in your life anyways. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And listen, I don't know when it's going to be out, but I want to go ahead and offer this to you guys now. The first 3 people can get into my new one-on-one coaching for 8 weeks for free. This will be $2,000 after I get the first 3 people. You're going to work with me directly for 8 weeks. You will have my phone, so you can call me or text me 24/7, and then we'll have 1 or 2, I haven't determined yet, weekly accountability calls. So my job on this channel is to help you develop better social skills, become more confident. If you're shy, introverted, and you want to become more extroverted, if you've got trauma or experiences with people and you want to fix that, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, whether it's personal or business, and it comes to social stuff, just becoming more outgoing, I want to help you do that. So if you want to work with me, if there is a link in the description, that means that I'm likely still having the first 3 people join for free. And if you want to be a part of that, man, it's free. Will be $2,000. Link in the description. Anyways, if you want to continue enjoying or learning social skills, check out one of these videos right here, guys. You're going to like that one as well if you like this one. Hey, man, see you guys in the next one.